Hello there. There is this Bible passage that I learned while I was growing up. Because I attended a classical church, I actually learned it in Yoruba. But I'll be saying it in Yoruba and then I'll go into the Bible to share it in English as well. Why do I want to share this? Because when I was thinking about this Bible passage, it actually resonated in my spirit that, like, if we could put this into our daily living, if we could uh, work with it in our daily living, that the problems we are going through as individuals, as families, as a nation, the world at large, the problem will be solved. Like, most of the problems will be solved. And what is this Bible passage? I'll first of all say it in Yoruba before I say it in English. Then I'll be explaining why I said if we could put these words, this Bible passage, if we could practice it, put it in our daily living, is going to solve a lot of problems we are going through at the moment. Yeah. So the Bible passage is taken from First Timothy 6:6. First Timothy chapter 6 verse 6. I'll say it in Yoruba firstly. It said, Ìwà bí Ọlọ́run àti pẹ̀lú ìtẹ́lọ́rùn èrè ńlá ni. Ìwà bí Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ìtẹ́lọ́rùn èrè ńlá ni. Then let's quickly go into the Bible to see what the English version. Then I'm going to build up on the reason why I said if we could put this word into practice in our daily living, it's going to help us come out of these problems we are going through as an individual, as a family, as a nation, even the world at large. Okay. So I have First Timothy chapter 6 verse 6. I'll be reading from verse 6 to 10. So as I read, I'm going to be explaining as I read. So the English version says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. That is what I just said in the Yoruba. I said, Ìwà bí Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ìtẹ́lọ́rùn èrè ńlá ni. What does this literally mean? If we put this in our daily living, if we practicalize this thing in our daily living, it means that when you are contented with what you have, you won't want to look at Mrs. B that has this and that, and you want to be like that. Whatsoever little you have, you will be satisfied with it. You'll be satisfied with whatsoever you have. That you won't want to look at A, B, C, and D, look at what they've got, hope, and by looking at what this person has got that you don't have, you'll be putting yourself under pressure. You'll be putting yourself under pressure. Before you know it, you start developing a hypertension over what is not, like, for example, as an individual, like you putting, because your friend has put their children in one big private school, and you know that you cannot afford it. You know that you can't afford it, but just because this person has done that, you also want to do it. You also want to put your children in that same school. Then when it's time to pay for your children's school fees, you begin to panic. You begin to have a sleepless night and all of that. Why not put your children in the school that you can afford, in the school that will not, that when it's time to pay the school fees, you won't panic, you'll be able to afford it. Why not do that? Do you understand what I mean when I say that when we put these things, this word in our daily living, there will be no problem. Let us read further. Verse 7 says, for we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. We brought nothing into this world, and when we are living, we will take nothing out of this world. So when we die, we will not take anything. So why then do you want to pressure yourself? Why then do you want to do what you're not supposed to do? Because the moment you close your eyes, the moment you take your last breath, that is it. The best thing they can do for you is that, okay, your best attire, to put it on the body. I tell you that those clothes, those clothes that you are buying, those wigs, those hair, those beautiful things that you are acquiring, they begin to share it amongst themselves. Somebody else's take up your property. Somebody else's will take up your property. The moment you close your eyes, the moment you say goodbye to this world, the moment you take your last breath, that thing you are struggling to do, the moment you drop it like this and say, odigba, the moment you say, bye to the world, those things that you are not that you are going extra mile to acquire, somebody else will take it over. Somebody else is going to enjoy it. So why then do you want to kill yourself over what is not? Why then do you want to kill yourself over what is not? Godliness with contentment is great gain. Godliness with contentment is great gain. You see the reason why I said that if you practicalize these things, if you put it into our daily living, see, you will not let anybody pressure you, because once you get pressured, that is when you do what you're not supposed to do. No wonder we see ladies going into prostitution. We see the boys doing yahoo, doing all kind of illegitimate businesses. You see kidnapping on the increase per day. We see armed robbery. We see things that we see children killing their parents. We see friends killing their friends. The other time it was in the news. This guy invited these three ladies to come over, and he killed, was it two or three? I can't really remember the story now. Things that, all because you just want to make quick money. You want to make quick money. You're not contented with what you have. You go the extra mile to make quick money. And we watch Nollywood. We see that the end result is terrible. Their end is always terrible. You can have all of that now, but the end is always terrible. So let's continue. It said, for verse 9 now, those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. And say, those that want, this get rich by force syndrome, get it either way, any way is a way. Those people, they get into their own ruin. They dip their hands into their own ruin. When Satan gives you something, gives you one thing, you collect it back in tenfold. If you go into armed robbery, you can be robbing people of their hard-earned money. You get the money, you begin to spend lavishly, but the moment you get caught, you'll be sent to jail, and you'll be spending. You'll be sent to jail. You will end up in jail, spending most of the better part of your life in jail. What of prostitutes? The other time it was, we saw the video of that lady that was tied up, and hands tied, legs tied. If not for God's intervention, that guy would have killed her. See, these are the risks you put your lives into. You endanger your life just because you want to get quick money. Just because you want to get quick money, you are not contented with what God has given to you. You're not contented with what God has given to you. It leads to self-destruction. Or someone that's gone to the ritualist to do money ritual, and the terms they will even give you, it will get to a point you had I know, I wouldn't have done it. But when you're already inside, they tell you no going back. I was watching a movie the other time. They said, "Oh, you want fame, you want money, we'll give you, but you will not wear shoe." You won't wear shoe. You won't wear shoe. All these things that are very ridiculous. To tell you, maybe, oh, you can build houses, but you can't sleep in those houses. So why then do I have a house if I cannot sleep in that house? These are the things, that the condition that they put themselves, that is not is not worth it. It's not worth it at the end of the day. It leads to self-ruin. Okay, so I think the verse 10 now say, for the love of money is a root of all kind of evil. The love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. When you are not contented with what you have, with little income that you're earning, you're not contented with what you had. So many negative thoughts start coming over your head. Oh, what if I do this? What if you're doing the wrong thoughts? You going into just into the wrong, you dip your hands into what you're not supposed to do just because you love money. The love of money, they say, is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. You see, it's the Bible that says that is saying it here, that because you love money, you move away from the faith, and then you put yourself into grief, into sorrow, everlasting sorrow. What is the essence of the money you have that you are not enjoying? What is the essence of that money you shout that you've gone to do, that you can't sleep in the home, that they tell you you can't eat good food when people are eating, you can't eat, you shouldn't wear shoe, don't do this, don't do that, or you go into prostitution, you're not even sure if you're coming back if you are coming back to your house, just because you're not contented. As Christians, or generally, we have to be contented with what we have. That little money, with that little income, that little money that we are earning, the legitimate business that we are doing, we have to appreciate, because where you are, that position that you are, is another person's prayer point. That's one thing we all should know. That's point that we had, that we think, oh, it's good to, it's good to look up to people who are already there. You want to be like them. Then you prayerfully, then you work, with hard work and due diligence, definitely you will get there. But not going through the crooked ways. You want to get it fast. No, that's what the Bible says. That is not good. It's not good. The end result is terrible. But when you are contented with the little money that you are making, the little income that you have, you live within your means. You don't let anybody pressure you. You don't put yourself, even you yourself, you don't put yourself into pressure, because you say, hey, this person that we started together, hey, he's somewhere, he's now this and that. Don't put yourself into pressure. There's time for everybody. It's their time. Celebrate them. Your own time will come when people also will celebrate with you. Do you understand? Don't let anybody pressure you. Don't put yourself under any pressure. When they bring ashwebi, it's not compulsory that you buy. It's not all the time that you must buy the ashwebi. If you cannot afford it, well, party potamashi. Party potamashi. So let the ashwebi go. You don't have to put yourself under any undue pressure. See, when you're registering your children in school, look for the one that you can afford. Live within your means. That is the essence of all these things. Live within your means. When you have this Bible verse as your guide, like when you have it as a guide, you're going to be living within your means. And when you live within your means, you will have peace of mind. Nobody's after you. You're not owing anybody. You will sleep peacefully in your home. You will sleep, you will close your eyes, you will snore. You would know. Not that, oh, when you already borrowed money, somebody is after your life, somebody is after you, looking for, you are looking for the way to get out of the mess you put yourself. It's not too good. So that's why I say that when we practice this word, when we practice it, it's have as a guide for us in our daily living. All these problems that we are going through as a family, as an individual, even in Nigeria, look at our politician. The other time, I think it was during the scarcity of cash scarcity, we saw a video that is someone, one of the politicians or wherever, stack up cash, and the cash was even rotten cash. When it's budget, it's not useful to the person that stacked it. The money was no longer useful to people again. Where you keep amassing wealth, You keep gathering, building houses. The money you're supposed to use to better the society, to better the country, you are just putting me. You are doing, all these things, because you are not contented. We are not contented. We want to acquire the whole heaven and earth, which is not possible. If after everything, after acquiring everything, the end is death. Everybody will die. Sooner or later, we all will be this world goodbye. And when you die, when you leave all these things, another person will take it over, another person will enjoy it. Why not make the whole place a better, make the whole place a better place for everybody to live. Don't pressure anybody. Don't let somebody pressure you. That is the whole essence. Like, be contented. Godliness with contentment is great gain. Ìwà bí Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ìtẹ́lọ́rùn, èrè ńlá ni. Why not read this yourself? You may like to read it yourself and digest it. Let the Holy Spirit minister to you. It's from 1 Timothy 6 verse 6 to 10. You can read 6 to 10. Let the Holy Spirit minister minister these words to you, and I know you'll be blessed, just how I have been blessed, and I know you're gonna be blessed. I love you. I just like to share this with you. I love you. I'll see you later. Bye.